Hello and welcome to Headrat's channel. This is me, Headrat, and today we're playing not a computer game but instead a board game. Many of you will know that I am a big fan of board games, and so I thought I would try a series of showing you a board game that I very much enjoyed as a youngster and had a big or played a big part in my life when I was younger, and that is this game here, which is Space Crusade. Space Crusade. Space Crusade is a miniatures based game. As you can see, it's set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, if you're aware of what that is. And basically you play, or one of the characters, one of the players plays a bunch of Space Marines, and here we can see Space Marines in Type 7 power armor if you're a fan of the Warhammer 40k universe. And one player will play a bunch of Space Marines. There are 3 teams of Space Marines. These are the Blood Angels. This is going to be my team here today. And normally you would play then against a 4th player who would play the aliens. The aliens at the moment are represented by these little blips, but they will become a little scarier later on. So I'm going to be playing this one-handed, and I won't go into a great sort of exposition on what the rules are to start with. I will go through the rules as we go through the game. If it's a game you're familiar with, then you won't need any introduction to any of the rules, and if it's not a game you're familiar with, well then hopefully you'll become familiar with it as we play. So I'm going to put my team back here for the moment. I'll introduce you to them a little bit more later on. But for now, let's get started and begin. So, this is the first mission that we're playing, and this is the mission deck here. You can see the map in the bottom, and it's got all the blurb at the top. So I will read out the introduction, and we will play from there. So this is mission number 1, primary mission. Mission 547/2, Sector 57, Seek and Destroy. Beta Squad Alpha Company has been wiped out by a dreadnought aboard alien vessel 547, codename Abomination, while trying to clear the sector. You must seek out the dreadnought and destroy it. Okay, seems simple enough. So this is a seek and destroy mission. We're looking to try and find a dreadnought and destroy it, and it will be somewhere on board this space hulk. The map you see before you here represents a floating hulk of space junk, essentially a ship in space that has been abandoned by everything except chaotic, evil, nasty forces. And we are the glorious Space Marines coming in to dispose of said nasties in as most violent way possible. So yeah, here we go. It's 5 guys in my squad against a whole bunch of aliens. So the game is played in rounds. First of all, the Marine players would play, in this case just me. I know I'm going all alone, but I can try and succeed. These are Blood Angels, after all, the best chapter. So the Blood Angels will go first. They will each take a turn of moving. You can move. Each miniature can move and fire, or it can move and then fire, or it can fire and then move. Those are the choices. So you can do a couple of things. So the first thing I'm going to do then is move one of my guys onto the board, and they move. In the case of this Marine here, this is a bolter Marine. This is a regular tactical Marine. He carries a bolt gun or a bolter, and he will be able to move 6 spaces, and they can move orthogonally or diagonally. And so he's going to come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move him to the corner and turn him so he can see down both of these directions of the corridor, and that way he can observe if any blips are coming. When the alien places the blips, which will happen in a very short amount of time, then they cannot place blips where the Marines can see them. Blips basically represent, it's a little bit like on the film Aliens. You had the motion tracker that tracked little dots where the aliens were in the local area, and that's what these are representing. So when the alien player, which will be me of course as I'm soloing this, puts these out, they will have to be placed somewhere where they cannot be seen by any of my Marines, in this case just the one, because the others are still on board the docking claw here that has grabbed the ship and is holding on to it. So yes, we will need to find out where they are, and that's the next thing I can do. There's nothing for him to shoot at, so he can't fire, so instead he is going to search for blips. He's going to scan this region. Incidentally, you might want to take a look at the whole of the ship at this point, and what I will do is probably put a picture of the entire ship up for you to see. We now have to choose a pile. So because I'm playing this sort of solo, and it's not really a solo game, what I've done is I put all the alien blips that are available to me in 4 piles randomly. I have no idea what's in each of these piles, with one exception, that I have put a boss in each pile randomly. There are 4 bosses that I have chosen. One is the Dreadnought that we're looking for. One is an android, a sort of a robot looking, or a human looking robot with pretty mean skills and is tougher than any of my Marines individually. One is the Marine Commander, or the Chaos Marine Commander. As well as my Marines, there are Chaos Marines wandering around on board this Space Hulk as well. And so I have a commander, my Marine Commander, and the Chaos Marines also have a commander. So that's one of the bosses. And the other boss that I put in there, just to round it up to 4, is a Chaos Marine with a rocket launcher. I have my heavy weapons guy is a regular Marine with a rocket launcher. There it is. And there is a Chaos Marine wandering around with exactly the same weaponry. So those are my 4 bosses. I put one in each of these piles. I don't know which is which, so we could end up getting the Dreadnought on the very first quarter of the board. Every quarter of the board, as I enter it, I'll take a new pile of blips and put them out when we scan for the blips. So to start with then, I'm going to randomly pick one of these. Well, because I've randomized all of them, I'm just going to take the first pile closest to me, and I'm going to place those out. Now, how am I going to do this? Well, I've decided to randomize that as well. This game comes with special dice, and this is one of them. It's a red dice, and on it, it's got 3 zeros. It's got one side with a number 1 on it, one side with a number 2 on it, and one side with the number 3 on it. So I'm going to roll one of these dice, this die for each of these rooms, and put that number of blips on it until I run out of blips. If there's any blips left over after I've done all the rooms, then I will place them in the corridor around here, so out of sight of my Marine. Okay, so we're going to start with the room furthest away from us and place however many it says. So first roll is a 3. So we'll put 3 blips. I'll take 3 blips off the top, 1, 2, 3, and place them in here. Now I don't want to place them all too close together, although really there's no risk to the blips, so I will actually. I'll place them all up behind this door. They are ready to come screaming in and ambush. So yes, because I don't mind doing that, because there's nothing, I can't get any troops here to this door to blast them, so they're fairly safe. Okay, so I'll do this room next. And there are 2 blips in that room, so the aliens are in here. Now this is a bit more. There is a possibility of my troops getting in through here and attacking this room. So I'm going to split these up so they're not right next to one another, and that way they're not at risk of being blasted by my Marines as much, or at least not in one go. This room next. And that's a 1. So let's put this in. Now it could go either way, so I'm going to place my blip there. He's now able to, you can't see him very easily, there he is in the middle of the room, so he has options as to which direction he's going to go. This room down in the corner, I've rolled 0, and the room over here, I have rolled 0. So that leaves me just 2 blips. So I will place them over here, around the corner, ready to ambush my Marines should they head deeper into this particular part of the game or the board. Right, so that's the layout. Now I have to decide what I'm going to do with the rest of my Marines. And it looks as if the aliens are standing off. It's going to be difficult for me to get the jump on them. So probably the best option here is to let them do the legwork and come to me. So I'm going to place My heavy weapons Marine, my rocket launcher, is going to, shall we put him, yeah, we'll put him down here at the back, so we're only just going to move him on slightly, and we will surround him with Marines. Now this is a bit of a risk. There are cards, as we'll come and see the cards in a moment, in the game that can, in fact, that Marine's going to choose to open that door, so at least you can see what's going on. Opening a door, if you're next to the door, is a free action. It doesn't cost you your turn. I'm going to leave this one shut though, so that any of these aliens that come screaming down here are not going to just be able to shoot at me from a distance. They'll have to come right up to the door to open it, and then I can get a jump on them. And this poor Marine out the front here, well, he's going to have to just stay there and wait and see what his fate is. So that's the end of my turn. No shots fired. I'm waiting for I'm playing a waiting game here and waiting for the aliens to come to me. So now it's the alien turn. In the alien turn, the first thing they do is take an alien event card. The alien event card is a Gene Stealer, which is a really unfortunate first card to get. So place a Gene Stealer next to any Marine or Commander miniature. The Gene Stealer may attack and move as normal this turn. So here is the Gene Stealer. He's a very nasty looking piece of work. Excellent at hand-to-hand, but rubbish at distance attack. He hasn't got a weapon. So I'd really like to get him to attack my rocket launcher just here, but I can't. I've surrounded him with my other troops. So instead he is going to attack and try to kill this Marine out on his own. Now, a Gene Stealer has 2 red dice in attack, which the red dice, as I showed you before, have 3 zeros, a 1, a 2, and a 3. So a maximum of 6, minimum of 0. And that is a 2. So we've got a 2 and a 0 on there. That is the Gene Stealer's attack. Now my guys, they normally would attack with just 2 white dice. You haven't seen the white dice before. White dice are weaker than red dice. They have 4 zeros, a single 1, and a single 2 on them. But my characters have got a special ability. They are carrying a piece of equipment called bolt pistols. And bolt pistols will allow us to roll an additional white dice in hand-to-hand combat. So I get 3. And I have rolled 2 as well. Now in this game, hand-to-hand combat is rather deadly. Basically you roll your dice, and whatever the scores are, you basically find the difference between them, and damage is caused to the player who rolls the lowest, and it is the difference. So in this case the difference is 0. No damage occurs to either of these two. My Marine has had an extremely lucky escape. Because the Gene Stealer, now he's had his attack, he can now move. Because the Gene Stealer is kind of in big trouble, with my entire Marine group here ready to have a go at him, he's going to bravely run away. So the Gene Stealer can move 8 spaces, and he has legged it over to there. And he's going to try and keep himself out of trouble. Right, well, fair enough. We'll see how that works out for him. So that's the Gene Stealer's turn. Now all the alien blips have a turn. Now alien blips, when they're still blips, move 5 spaces. They can open doors the same as my Marines can, but they can only move 5 spaces until they move into line of sight. Once a Marine can see them, we then turn them over and we see what we have. So let's see how that works out. We're going to start with this blip here. It's going to move 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He moves to here, and there we have our first boss. The very first blip is a boss, and it is the android, the Chaos Android. So we replace this token with the Chaos Android, and the token will sit out here to be collected. If I manage to kill him, I will claim this token, and you can perhaps see on the token is a number. In this case it's the number 10, and that 10 tells us how many points that the android is worth. In this case he's worth 10 points. Right then, so that's quite scary in a way. Now he's moved, normally he can only move 4, but because he was a blip he was able to move 5, which has allowed him to get into a position where he can shoot. And he rolls 3 dice in ranged attack. and he rolled 3. Now, ranged attack works slightly different to hand-to-hand attack. What happens is you roll your dice, and you have to get higher than the enemy's armor score. So Space Marines all have an armor of 2. A roll of 3 beats 2, which means my Marine has been killed. We're off to a great start. 1 dead Marine. Now that will give the alien player 5 points. So I'll put that over here, and that's the alien score so far, 5 points to my 0. We're off to a bad start. Okay, so that's the android. Let's see what else we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to move this, because I know now that the main boss has already been revealed. Most of these will be little baby kind of monsters who are, well, will really want to get into close combat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, opening the door. Sorry, Mr. Bossman. And as he's opened the door, he reveals it is an orc. Space orcs are similar in strength to Marines, to a basic Marine, except their armor's not quite as good. They only have 1 armor. But that's 4. He can move a couple more, so he's going to go 5, 6, and is going to, because they can move 6 spaces, he is going to attack my Marine here. Orcs rolled 2 white dice in close combat, and he rolled 2. My Marine rolls 3 because he has bolt pistols, and he rolled 1. Oh dear, that means my Marine has been killed. Another 5 points to the alien player. This is not going well. Alright, so next up, let's bring another blip in. 1, 2, and he's revealed, and that's another orc. So 2 to there, 3, 4, and the only one he's really able to, 4, well no actually, 5, 6, he can now get into here and attack my heavy weapons Marine. The defensive line has been breached. So let's go. The orc attacks the heavy weapons guy, and the orc rolls a 4. That's the maximum you can get on the white dice. Unfortunately, my heavy weapons guy does not have bolt pistols. He only rolls 2 white dice. Oh dear. And somehow I managed to roll a 4 as well. That's pretty amazing. That's 2 maximum rolls, which means there's no result there. That's a tie, and those 2 stand off from one another. Nobody dies. Don't know how I managed to get away with that one. Right, so let's have a look at the rest. Nobody else can really get close within range. So what we're going to do, these blips are just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to move closer up. Again, these can't yet. But then again, right, okay, let's move them out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're moving closer, but not close enough that they can be assaulted by what's left of my force, for want of a better word. Right, so we're 2 Marines down already and have not killed a single alien, so we need to do something about that. The first thing I'm going to do then, as it's now my turn, if this was another mission, the aliens might be able to bring on some reinforcements at this point, but they don't have any in this particular mission. This is the easy introductory mission. So yes, we'll see what happens. So my commander is going to charge forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, 4, 5. No, he's going to stay there. That'll do. He's going to move to there. And he's going to engage the android in hand-to-hand combat. Now, my commander is equipped with a power glove and a force sword, chain sword, something along those lines. Power sword, power glove and power sword, which gives him 2 red dice and 2 white dice in combat, which is pretty good. And he has rolled a total of 1. That is not good. Now it's the android's turn, and the android rolls 2 red dice in close combat, so he has to try and beat 1. he has equaled 1, which means that it's a tie and a standoff, and my commander has been unable to destroy the evil android. So he's now going to be stuck there, which is not ideal, to be fair. So I'm going to move up my second Marine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This Marine is going to attack diagonally. Normally, you can't attack diagonally, but my guys are equipped with close assault blades, giving them the opportunity to attack diagonally. Not only does this give them a diagonal attack, but it will reduce the attack rolls of their opponents. So he has managed to roll a 2, which is not bad. It's not as good as I was hoping. And the android, because he loses one of his dice because of the close assault blades, then he only rolls 1 red dice. Let's see what he gets. And he has rolled a 0, meaning the android has been killed. And I have got 10 points. Yay. So that's 1 dead android, and that now means that both the alien and myself are on 10 points each. Excellent stuff. Let's keep going. Now that leaves my heavy weapons dude. Now I cleared out my Marines from here because of what he's about to do. He's going to move his maximum. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's going to move to here. And then he is going to fire a missile, his missile launcher, his rocket launcher, at this orc. Now, rocket launchers roll 2 red dice. However, my rocket launcher has a targeter. That means that he gets to re-roll one of these dice if I don't like it. Let's see what I get. I have rolled 2 zeros, and not surprisingly, I'm not terribly happy about that. So I'm going to re-roll one. That is a 3. So the number 3 means that I hit this space with a combination of both dice. Total of 3. Orcs have an armor of 1. This orc is now dead. Excellent. And I will take the 3 points. And in addition to that, all the spaces around the one that I shot at is hit by the highest of the 2 dice, in this case a 3, which means this orc has also been blown to pieces by my rocket launcher. Revenge is sweet. So my team are now a bit more clear, feeling a bit happier. The rocket launcher is no longer at risk at the moment. We'll see what happens. And my team can now move on. So that is the end of my second turn, and it's over to the alien. And we'll begin by drawing a card. Out of ammo. Choose any one Marine, miniature, armed with a heavy weapon. That miniature's weapon must be replaced with a bolter. If there is no bolter, he may only attack in hand-to-hand combat. Well, I do have 1 remaining bolter, so I'm going to replace my rocket launcher with a bolter. Oh dear, I've lost my heavy weapon. So ran out of ammo, he's dropped that, and he's pulled out his bolter, and we're ready now to continue. Okay, that could have been better, but hey, this is after all Space Crusade. So we will now continue on with the aliens next turn. So this blip is going to bravely move around the corner and see what's going on. In fact, while he was there, this Marine should have been able to see him, so I should have revealed it earlier. So let's see what it is. It is indeed a Gretchen. So I'll put that there, and we will place a Gretchen. Gretchens are basically like goblins. They're pretty feeble. They're not very good in hand-to-hand combat. They only roll 1 die, and they're pretty useless at shooting. However, well, they're not actually. They're as good as them, as good as the Marines. Really, they get 2 white dice. So this one's going to shoot at my Marine. So he's looking to try and roll 3 on 2 white dice, and he manages to roll 2. He missed. So given that these are really brave little dudes, he's going to run away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to go around the corner, out of the way, and hopefully we'll survive to have another go in a little while. So that leaves these here. So first of all, then, this blip is going to open the door, going to move to here, which will reveal him. It is an orc. And the orc is going to open fire on my bolter Marine, my regular Marine. And he rolled 2 zeros. That's a miss. Next blip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's revealed to be a Gretchen. Okay. So the Gretchen, he's only moved 5 so far. He's going to move into this corner and shoot at this Marine. That's 2 zeros. That's a miss. Now you might be wondering why I'm not shooting at the commander. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is that the commander actually has a lot more health than these regular Marines. 1 hit is enough to kill a regular Marine. I need to have 6 hits on the commander in order to kill him. And so a Gretchen's got no chance of killing the commander, but he could kill this Marine, which will overall reduce the effectiveness of my team. And that's why I fired at him. There's another reason why I might not fire at the commander, because the commander is packing a personal force field, which means his armor is actually 3, not 2. He's harder to hit. Next blip, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it's another Gretchen. And we'll place him here, and this Gretchen will shoot this Marine. The Gretchens and my aliens are not too worried about packing close together anymore, since I've just lost my area effect weapon. And that Gretchen seems to be an extremely good shot and has blasted this Marine to pieces. Another 5 points to the alien player. Oh dear. Okay then, so who's next? We've got one more here. I don't think he can actually get into the fight. So he's going to very bravely going to sneak 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, he'll stay here and be ready to ambush, because I don't think my Marines are really going to get that far. It doesn't look like it anyway. So down to my much reduced team of just 2 dudes. I'm going to begin with the Bolt Marine shooting at the Gretchen. And that is a 4. I am rolling brilliantly today. Unfortunately, not all just mine. So that's a dead Gretchen and 2 more points to me. He can then move, so we're going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6. He's going to start working his way around, I think, into come at the aliens from behind. The commander, meanwhile, is going to pile into this orc and take care of it. At least I hope so. And that is 6 on the dice. The orc can do nothing about that. He rolls 2 white dice in close combat, which is a maximum of 4. And that rolls a 1. The orc is toast. Another 3 more points to my dwindling team. And that is the end of my turn, unfortunately. Back over to the aliens. Let's see what happens this time. Lure of Chaos. This is not good. And so Lure of Chaos. Choose 1 Marine miniature, not a commander, and roll 1 heavy weapons die. If you roll a 3, replace the figure with a Chaos Space Marine if available. So let's roll my heavy weapons die, and it is a 3. Of course it is. So this guy is now going to be turned into a Chaos Marine. Yeah, things are going from bad to worse. He has been lured by Chaos, but the good news is that this Marine was not killed by the alien, and so it doesn't give them points. But it does mean I've now lost my last member of my team, and it's down to just the commander. Okay then, so let's see what's going on. We're going to begin with the Gretchen taking a shot at the commander. There's no point in him engaging in hand-to-hand combat, I don't think. He would be annihilated. So he's going to shoot. That's zeros. And he's then going to run away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going to run around the corner and get away from things. The Marine here is going to come around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and shoot at the commander. And that is nothing. He misses. The Gretchen 1, 2, 3 is actually going to stay in the corner and is going to shoot at the commander. Oops, prophetic maybe. Going to shoot at the commander from over there. That's 3, which normally would be a hit, but because I have a personal force field, it is not. The Gretchen need to roll 2 2s in order to hit my commander. Next up, 1. Out pops whatever this is. It's another orc. 2, 3, and 4. He's backing off and is going to shoot at my commander from way back there, bravely, and misses. And that leaves this Gene Stealer. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to come screaming into hand-to-hand combat with my commander. The Gene Stealer rolls 2 red dice, which is 3, and my commander rolls 2 red and 2 white, which is 2. So that's a hit on my commander. He has taken 1 point of damage. This is not good. Aliens have had their turn. Commander's turn. He's going to attack the Gene Stealer. And that has rolled 2 on all 4 dice, as we can see. And the Gene Stealer has rolled 1, which kills the Gene Stealer. No points though, unfortunately, as there isn't a little card for the Gene Stealer, so I don't get any points for killing him. And it's now the commander's turn. Things are looking pretty bad for the commander. I think what we're going to need to do is probably call it a day. He's got no troops left. He could fight on, but it's going to be hard work for him. So he's going to retreat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back to here. Okay, and that's my turn done. We're out of here. Alien's turn. Let's see what they get. Gene Stealer. Another Gene Stealer has arrived and is going to attack my commander from behind, trying to ambush him and stop him from leaving. 2 red dice. That's 3. My commander rolls 4 dice. He manages to roll 4, which is enough to kill off the Gene Stealer. Space Marine shoots at my commander. 2 white dice. That is a roll of 2, which is not enough. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks the exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and shoots the commander. Not enough. Only rolled a 1. The rest of the team start to move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. None of them are able to shoot, leaving my commander's turn now. He will attack the Chaos Marine, his former colleague, and that is 4. And the Chaos Marine just rolls 2 white dice. He can equal this, but he rolls a 1, so that's the end of the Chaos Marine. Chaos Marine dies, but no points, because of course that was a former Space Marine, and the commander leaves. He has exited and left the building. It's over. Failure for the Marines. Let's see who has managed to win then in this game. It's very simple. We add up the scores. So in the case of the alien player, he has 15 points for 3 dead Blood Angels. With bolters. He doesn't get the points for killing the missile launcher, because of course the missile launcher guy was corrupted into a regular Marine. And then he also gets 30 points because I failed to achieve the main mission of killing the Dreadnought. So that's a total of 40 points for the alien player. For the Marine player, I have got 10, 16, 19, 21 points, but unfortunately I lose 5 points for every regular Marine that was killed and 10 points for a heavy weapon Marine that was killed, so losing 25 points, giving me a total of -4. Oh dear. So we then go to the combat effectiveness table shown on the back of the book, and this tells us what happens to our guys. So the alien player, who managed to get himself 40 points, an acceptable performance. He is awarded 1 mark of chaos, which gives them bonuses in the next game if we were playing a campaign. The Marine player, 10 or less points, you have done very badly. In an attempt to redeem yourself, you re-enter the alien spacecraft on your own. You are killed, but die gloriously. In your next game, you must start with a new sergeant and no honor badges. I didn't have any anyway, so never mind. That is it. The Marines have lost on this occasion. The aliens are the victors. If you enjoyed it, then please like and subscribe, and comment and tell me what you would like to see if in future, if I want to perhaps see more of this game, or if it's something that you really did not enjoy. But I absolutely love Space Crusade, and hopefully we can do some more of this again in another time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.